don't know why I'm not a fan of Benavidez.
I am. I think he's got good boxing IQ. He's got a thing. He's got the pressure.
I don't know whether Yarde technically is good enough to land his big shots on Benavidez.
I think Benavidez is a different league to him, technically.
If Yarde loses now, the Yarde-Bawati fight doesn't interest me anymore.
Yarde's best punch is the left hook, isn't it? Trying to catch you on the way in.
If he's the real deal, he'll take care of Yarde. If he's not, Yarde's going to knock Benavidez out.
Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we're going to look at the upcoming Ring 4 event, the Night of the Champions, taking place on the 22nd of November 2025 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, in the ABN Arena. Headlined by David Benavidez Jr. and David Benavidez, sorry, not Jr., thinking of his older brother, and Anthony Yarde. WBC World Light Heavyweight and WBA World Light Heavyweight titles on the line. Let's start with a tale of the tape. David Benavidez has a record of 30 wins, 0 losses and 0 draws, 30 fights in total, 24 wins by KO. He's age 28. His height is 6'1", 185 centimeters, and he's got a 76-inch reach, 193 centimeters. The fight is a light heavyweight, which is 175 pounds, limits 79.4 kilos, and he fights out of an orthodox stance. Anthony Yarde has a record of 27 wins, 3 losses, 0 draws, 30 fights in total as well. He's also got 24 wins by KO. He's age 34. His height is 6 foot tall, 183 centimeters, and he's got a reach of 72 inches, 183 centimeters, and he fights out of an orthodox stance. Simon, light heavyweight fight.
Yeah.
I think Benavidez against the real sort of light heavyweight, a big light heavyweight, big strong light heavyweight in Anthony Yarde. And Anthony Yarde, there is some talk that he's got a padded record, but who
Anthony Yarde?
Yeah.
I'd say Ben.
But I'm not so sure that's the case, because obviously everybody when they start has, you've got your fights to build up, but he has got quite a few decent names. He's been sort of like that world level contention thing around there. And his 3 losses aren't, to people who are that bad. So there's Sergey Kovalev, which he started off well in, and then I think Kovalev's worked him out and then ground him down slowly, but,
He's the same with all of his fights.
Yeah. Lyndon Arthur, but Lyndon Arthur, can box, and it was a split decision, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then he avenged that.
And he's avenged that in his last fight. And then obviously against the Artur Beterbiev, which again he did well in. So he's a good boxer. But he has fallen short just on those levels. So Lyndon Arthur, if we take that out, because that's 1-1, so really it's Beterbiev and Kovalev, but both of them are top elite boxers. So yeah, I don't think it is that bad. I think he's got a good record. He's dangerous. He's got power. He's got strength. Weaknesses, I think he does gas out a little bit and get tired. So even though he's got the physicality, I think he's strong at the beginning, and then after to the latter rounds, he does go down a bit. And I think there's probably a few technical flaws as well, but it's a tough fight. And then Benavidez, what are your thoughts? You think this is...
I don't rate either of them.
Okay. Well, start with Yarde. Why not Yarde?
Yarde's MO and what people hype him up for are his defeat. So he did well in his defeat. He got beat.
Well, I think you've said that before, isn't it?
Other than that, what's he done?
Well, he has won 27 fights, 24 of them by KO.
How old is he?
34.
Not good enough. Should be. He's too inactive for me.
I think the problem with him is he's around like that world class level, but he hasn't quite got that
he's
little
around
bit
the likes of Callum Smith,
Yeah.
Boazzi, all right, Lyndon Arthur. He should.
Well, I think Lyndon Arthur's getting to the end, isn't it? But he's always been that level.
He should have been fighting Boazzi, Callum Smith 2 years ago. I don't know whose fault that is, but
well, I think they've taken some of the bigger fights, isn't it? Because he's gone up against, he's had like when he stepped up, so he has built up and got to the point where he's fighting him. But then Kovalev's beaten him. Then he got to rebuild again, and then he had against Lyndon Arthur.
Rebuild fights have been bore-fest.
And then he's beaten Lyndon. Actually, he's beaten Lyndon Arthur. It's 2-1, isn't it, to him? He's beaten Lyndon Arthur twice, I think. Hasn't he? Yeah. So he avenged that, and then he's had the fight against Artur. But his fight against them has been quite good. So he might be one of those that needs better preparation. I mean, yeah, if I'm going on this, I think Benavidez has got too much for him. But, I mean, Benavidez is known as the Monstro, whatever it is, the monster, the Mexican monster. Although I think he's taken the Mexican out because he's like half Ecuadorian and half Mexican. So I think it's just El Monstro or whatever it is, which he was at super middleweight. But
yeah,
my point was, do you think he is that light heavyweight?
2 fights at light heavyweight now?
3, I think, has he had? No, 2, yeah.
Yeah, and hasn't stopped
Alexander Vosdik, obviously, I mean, don't get me wrong, Vosdik is a fantastic fighter, but coming back after about 4 or 5 years, I think Vosdik's last fight before that was against Artur Beterbiev, where he lost the titles, and then he hasn't fought again until then, and he's come back in. And in that fight, yeah, it looked like Vosdik was out at the beginning, but near the end, Vosdik was actually sort of equalizing out, and as you said, he didn't really hurt him. I mean, Vosdik is tough as well, but then against Morel, which we've covered on here, this channel as well, that was a close fight, a tough fight. I think Morel could have done more.
I just wonder, I don't know who said it, and it made me think about it. Has he got the power up at light heavyweight?
Well, that's the point
the
I'm trying to get to.
Elite?
Yeah. That's my point, isn't it? So, yeah, he can box as well, which, I mean, against Morel. Morel's a really good boxer. And both of them have got power, Vosdik and Morel. And he did take some of the punches. And his defense isn't bad. But he didn't really rock them. He was, he's pressured and hit them a lot. But they weren't really in danger at any point, rocked or whatever else. And whether that's just him getting used to it, or whether this thing. But my question, is the same as yours. Do you think he has the pop
power
at that, the power at that level to really, really damage the world elite? And that's where, if you've got, I think Yarde has a chance because he's a big, strong lump.
I don't know whether Yarde technically is good enough to land his big shots on Benavidez.
Well, the thing is, he's a counter-puncher, isn't he, Yarde? So he's waiting for somebody to come in. I don't think technically he is. I think Benavidez is in a different league to him, technically.
You can never, I mean...
But Yarde does like people who come onto him.
Yeah,
and that's where he's looked good when like Beterbiev's come onto him.
Yeah. And we always say, you can't count Yarde out because he has got the power. Has he? When was his last knockout?
Good question. Against Andrade. But no, sorry, wrong fighter. Benavidez, that was. Benavidez has got a lot of knockouts. Marko Nikolic.
And when was that?
In February 2024. And then he did knock out George Silva. His base is recovery fights after Beterbiev.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, so it's Beterbiev, then he's gone to George Silva.
But if you look at the top fighters he's fought.
And then when he's fought Lyndon Arthur again, it was a unanimous decision.
They make out go because he hurt Kovalev and he hurt Beterbiev. Yeah, he hurt them. Fighters get hurt in fight, but he didn't finish him.
No.
Same as Lyndon Arthur. He hurt him, didn't finish him. I think he didn't.
Well, he has knocked out in one of them, isn't it? In the fourth round in the first rematch. No, he is. He's got power and pop, but I don't think he's got the guile to, like, on a top class people to land it. And I mean, he did hit Beterbiev, but Beterbiev's just Beterbiev, isn't it? It's not that easy. But he didn't catch him clean and not give him loads. But obviously, he's got enough power where you're wary enough of it to not just bombard forward. Having said that, Beterbiev just did.
I don't.
He's disappointing in a bit because you look at his physique and think, like Beterbiev said, he's ripped, he's huge, he looks like a bodybuilder.
But I think I'm more disappointed that he hasn't fought the likes of Joshua Buatsi and Callum Smith before Benavidez. I think that's pissed me off, to be honest.
I think all of his things, that's been the case. And like, if you look at the fights before, he'll get somebody and then he gets the big fight. Because he looks good against reasonable opposition and then you get the big fights. So obviously for payday reasons, he's probably going there. But as a fight, I think really to get to a Benavidez or the other big guys, he should have really been, a Callum Smith or a Joshua Buatsi. Callum Smith is the one I'd like to see him go against.
Buatsi fight I thought would have been perfect.
Yeah.
That should have happened a long time ago, though, to be fair. But Benavidez, like you say, I'm not the biggest fan.
I think the winner of these is going to fight Buatsi next. Because I'm not sure these are the main titles. Have they been stripped of a title, or is he doing the...
They're saying that the main titles, WBC and WBA.
Yeah.
Bivella want them back. Benavidez. I don't know why I'm not a fan of Benavidez. Because he ticks all the boxes.
I am.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I was a super middleweight. Yeah, no, I think Benavidez is a really good boxer. I think he's got good boxing IQ. He's got a thing. He's got the pressure. Is he as good as some people rate him? Well, I think the thing is he's still got to fight somebody. Obviously we all wanted a Canelo fight, but then he's gone up in weight and Canelo's now got the situation. I think realistically he's too big for going back down to 168 now. I don't think he was that comfortable there. And I don't think Crawford is going to go up. I think Crawford's now looking at 160. I think he's funnily called out Janibek. That would be one hell of a fight, but that's for another time.
I mean, I'll be dead on. I haven't watched much of Benavidez, to be fair.
Well, it's his work rate and speed, isn't it? Its hand speed is really good.
I thought his hand speed wasn't that good when I have watched him, weirdly.
Well, it is, but it goes in bits and pieces because he has that, like, he fires flurries of punches. It's a Sunday. Let me see if I can say that correctly. In, like, batches. He's not boring, just one punch jab things. He can fight on the inside. He can fight a bit further. He's a pressure fighter. So,
I think he's...
And to be honest, I thought he'd have a tougher fight against Morel, and then he did do well. So even that, like, you can see the boxing IQ there, because obviously Morel is technically...
when you look at a boxer, I look at Benavidez and think he's beatable him.
Well, there are flaws in his thing. His footwork isn't the greatest. He's a lot of the time, he's like, if you see him, he comes up, he does that flurry, but he's square on.
Yeah.
Not like as you should be. But I think because he gets his flurry of punches off, the other person's just recovering. But you could see against an elite person, Abivol or Beterbiev, that's probably not going to be...
My thing is, I think someone like a...
And Vosdik started catching him after he worked him out near the end.
Even like a Callum Smith, I think Callum Smith would be...
Him and Callum Smith would be a great fight.
I think he'd be perfect for Callum Smith. For Bivol.
Problem with Buatsi is, we've said before, and I'm not sure his work output is that much. He's easier to smother, as he's just done in the fight he's had yesterday. I think he's a lucky boy to get the decision there as well.
If anyone did watch the fight last night, or you're going to watch it, watch the highlights, because the fight itself's absolutely boring between Buatsi and Parker.
The one to watch is the one before it with Lyndon Arthur. That's a fantastic fight. Buatsi and Parker.
Well, I think if Benavidez come up to someone like Bivol would be rubbing his hands together and going, "Oh, this is perfect."
I think Bivol technically just destroys him.
And Beterbiev, I think he goes, "You're just
the only thing against Beterbiev is his age. But if Beterbiev's Beterbiev, I don't think Benavidez beats either of them.
No, I still think
as I don't think anybody else in that division does.
Yeah,
I think they're just too good.
In that division, you still
got too close to each other, and that is the best fight. So it's really them going out the way, and then they have the chance to do. So it's really the best of the rest.
I think Yarde's actually going to get near Benavidez. Is he going to surprise us? He does surprise you, though, doesn't he? He could. Yarde is one of them.
He is made for it, because Benavidez goes forward, right, and sort of. Yarde's best punch is the left hook, isn't it? Trying to catch you on the way in. The thing is, he does it the same. He doesn't add enough variety in. But when he can catch you with that, if he added some different variety punches into that, stepping back and doing it, he's got a good chance of catching you. And then he has got pop.
And his best
and he's caught
performances...
Kovalev, he's caught Beterbiev, he's caught all these people, isn't it? And that's how he's got quite a lot of his knockouts. But he gasses out, and then his movement is straight, isn't it? And he doesn't move his head. We've said that in fights. And then when he gets tired, he's like, your instincts slow down, innit? And he sort of boxes in that Philly shell, a low left hand. He's orthodox, so low left hand, low lead hand. And he starts getting caught quite a lot. It's what Kovalev did. It's what Beterbiev's done. I think it's what Lyndon Arthur did in the first fight as well, isn't it? Because he's got a good engine. So I think if it's going to be Yarde's time, he's got to start catching him early, catch him in the earlier rounds, up to about round 6. I think it goes past round 6. I think then it's just Benavidez, because I think Yarde will run out of steam.
Yeah.
In the thing. I think he's got a chance, but it's catching him and getting hold of him. And then it's how Benavidez takes it, because I think he will get caught. But on the counter of that, I'll say Benavidez is going to catch him a hell of a lot more. And his speed and his pressure, I think, will start to tell.
Okie.
Yarde is strong, but I think it will. And I think it's in the latter half. If it gets to the latter half of the fight, I think it's hard to see past Benavidez. And even on points, I think it's Benavidez, just because his punch output is that high. And he's a forward, he's the pressure fighter coming. It's whether Yarde can get his respect with a pop and catch him as well. Catch him cleanly and get his respect. And then there's opportunity. But he isn't really a pressure fighter, would you say? Yarde, is he? He's on a back foot counter puncher.
He's going to have to do something a little bit different in this fight.
Yeah.
But to be fair, his best performances, although they've been defeats, his best performances have come up against
it's when he's got really good opposition. Yeah.
I'm just wondering whether he's going to...
It's whether he can get rid of some of his flaws.
And he's 34.
Yeah, it's hard to change your things. And his engine's never been great anyway, and he's 34 and fighting a younger, hungrier, monster, basically.
For me, this is either Benavidez shows you ain't in my league, mate.
Yeah.
And destroys him. Or Yarde exposes Benavidez.
Yeah, I think it's one of the two. And I think this is a good measure of where Benavidez is.
Yeah.
More than where Yarde is. Because obviously Benavidez is a guy stepping up. I think if Benavidez blows him away, if he blows him away in the first half of the fight, I think then he's making a statement. Because obviously nobody else has really done that.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is if Yarde gets beat, and I hope it's not another one of them, your buddy put up a fantastic performance so we can, it's like a victory for him. So we can still have the Callum Smith, the Boatti fight. I think if you get beat here, mate, I think you're done.
Well, I think the Callum Smith fight's probably still there.
No, why is Callum Smith going to want to fight him if he gets beat? He's not.
Who else is he going to fight?
Benavidez.
Well, I think the next fight, the winner of this is supposed to be Boatti, isn't it? So that's why I'm taking Boatti out of it. So
Benavidez,
Boatti. I think Callum Smith just waits for the winner, isn't it? I don't think there's much point of
Callum Smith.
There's not much point from Callum Smith's point of view to fight Yarde, other than you will get a decent payday.
I don't even think you get a decent payday anymore.
It's not
if Yarde beats him, if Yarde loses.
Yeah, but he's going to have one of those, he fought well. He did well.
It's for me, I think it's Callum Smith.
I could see Benavidez blowing him away as well.
Got no interest in, With Boatti, it was different. Boatti was undefeated. Even Callum Smith, Boatti too.
Yeah, that has more. That has more.
I'd rather watch that than Anthony Yarde versus Callum Smith. And I say, if Yarde loses now, the Yarde Boatti fight doesn't interest me anymore. where it's always interested me.
Well, I think if Yarde loses, is basically he's not, that's out of world title contention then, isn't it? Because I don't think who are you going to have in that list of people that, you don't really, you're way down the pecking order then, isn't it?
Who's he going to fight with? Jack Parker?
Yeah. I think then you're up to that level, isn't it? Or you go
another fight with Lyndon Arthur?
Well, Lyndon Arthur probably deserves that.
He's European champion now, isn't he? So
there's a belt on the line there. Yeah, I think you have got to, because you've got the big two you rule out. Benavidez, once he's beaten you, you're ruled out. Callum Smith probably doesn't want it. Yarde is like the fourth on ring, isn't it? With Boatsy. Boatsy's now in line for the winner of them two. So then, you're going to have to go probably like a David Morrell, Parker, Zach Parker, one of these, isn't it?
Mm.
I don't know if Vozdik's actually active, even though they've got him on here.
Yeah,
I think they don't fight because it's still open, but I don't think I think he's basically out of the world title contention then. Where he's in now, just about.
I watched the fight really, really closely, and I'll make a judgment after that. But there's just something about Anthony Yarde that.
Well, I think the thing you look at it is he's got all the tools, the physicality, everything else to be there, but he sort of disappoints on that highest level. And then it's like you go thinking, he'll be okay again. And then you get in the fight and it does exactly the same thing. Well, against the normal level boxers, obviously he can win. He's got those bits. But when he step up, like he is here, I think then there's...
Yeah, I mean...
his flaws get a bit highlighted.
His thing is that his engine.
Yeah.
And if you know that, you work on it.
Mm.
But he doesn't seem to work on it. Because it's the same thing all the time, his engine.
Well, I think even when he's paced himself...
It was a little bit different against Lyndon Arthur. He went the full 12 rounds and it was an all right fight. Is it because he throws everything into his shots? Has he got too much muscle mass? Possibly.
I think that's possibly. Yeah.
Does he train hard enough? If you go to the gym and you're just pumping weights, that's not training.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think he probably trains hard enough, but it might not be the correct type of training. More muscle, less cardio, less engine. Because we know Benavidez ain't going to tire out, and his output stays pretty much the same all the way through. And that's where you've got the thing, because all you have to do is get him past 6-7 rounds, and then he's going to tire. He starts making mistakes. You can start hitting him and either get him out of there, or you're just going to win the rounds on work output. Because he plays on his defense is instinctive, realistically, because you've got a low left hand, you've got a low lead hand. You've got to be able to then move and keep, you've got to have the engine to keep moving and doing it. And then he starts, and that's what he's done. Kovalev worked that out, bought him out. I bet Beterbiev did the same thing. And then he start landing more punches. And, if you're as heavy handed as a Beterbiev or a Kovalev, then, you're going to get out there. And I think Benavidez, this would be good to see if you can get him out of there for Benavidez, I think. Because then it shows he has got the pop at that level of power. Because if it just goes to points again, then you're thinking, well, 3 fights against basically somebody who's washed out. All right, brilliant fighter, Vosdik, but washed out. All right, Morrell is really good, but boxer, but you didn't really, and then Yarde is that as well. And then the top fighters have taken him out. So I think then there'll be a question mark of his power. So do you think Benavidez will go for trying to get him out of there?
No, I think Benavidez, to be fair to him,
because he doesn't really need to
one of them that if the knockout comes, it comes. If it doesn't, I'm not bothered. As long as I get the W, I think that is Benavidez.
Well, he does seem to rush, but I think I've seen a video of him training with Andre Ward, and Andre Ward was like, "Look, you have all the things, but you need to do this. Be more patient. Don't but he goes, jab more because you've got the good jab. If he goes after that, set up your punches. And the other bit of advice he gave him is don't load up on every punch. At the beginning, touch. He goes, you don't need to load up. And he goes, you'll hit them more. And then he saved that for when the opportunity comes. And if you do that, then you're a top fighter. So it'll be interesting to see if he does that. And maybe that is what he's done a little bit in the light heavyweights. Instead of just going out to blow out people, he's gone for... I think Vosdik he was trying. But I think against Morrell, it was a more disciplined performance. Because obviously Morrell is a good fighter.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I'm looking forward to it, though. I really am.
Well, I'm looking for the whole event, innit? This is really good. I'm not sure this is the best fight on the card, though, but we're going to get to them. But let's go. What do we do now? Odds, isn't it? Let me see what the odds are. I'm interested to see.
Benavidez is definitely like 2-1 favourite. No.
Go on, have a guess.
Yarde is 6-1.
Close. Right. Benavidez is on 2-17, so -870 to win. Clash outright. Yarde is 5-1.
5.
So, yeah. And predictions wise, it's basically 84% Benavidez, 64.5 basically by KO, 19.5 by decision, and Yarde is 16 and 16 by KO. I'd probably go with that. That's not a bad thing. And what on these ones? Odds. We got them on. Yeah. Well, on these ones, it's 2-17 and 13-2 and 33-1 for the draw. So, yeah, 13-2 is basically what you said, 6.5 to 1. So, yeah, it's about, I'd say that's probably fair. Unbeaten guy against somebody who's got 3 losses when he stepped up to that elite level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Predictions.
Is Benavidez the real deal?
I think that's the measure of this fight, isn't it?
If he's the real deal, he'll take care of Yarde. If he's not, Yarde's going to knock Benavidez out. Is there going to be a shock?
See, the thing is, it's hard to say now, but if you get the other 3 fights, amongst these, like the 4 fights or 5 fights, 4 fights, you would definitely expect one of them to be a shock. So if 3 of them went the way we expected, this one, then you would put on. But
I wonder whether this is going to be just a really entertaining fight, really slugfest, actually. Maybe boxing goes out the window.
You can see that happening.
Yeah.
It may be Yarde's best chance.
Do we go for a Yarde KO? Or do we go sensible? I've made a bold, crazy prediction.
Oh, I'm going to predict Benavidez. Yeah, you haven't done one of your crazy ones for a while. There's a few options in this one to do it. I think Benavidez in the 8th.
Do we go sensible? We go sensible and go for Benavidez. Every late stoppage. I'm thinking crazy. If I'm thinking crazy,
I think it is time for one of your crazy ones. You need to get some hate in the comments. From some Benavidez fans. Ecuadorians, Mexicans. And
all right, I'll go for a Yarde KO. Okay. Completely out the blue. Okay. Like, he's down on the scorecards.
And just catches him.
And just catches him with the world's greatest, luckiest shot.
When?
4th. I'm going to go to 4th.
Yeah, that's when I'd say. I think it would be where Benavidez just starts to get on top, gets on him, and he just catches him with something.
Yeah.
As Benavidez gets good.
But like, say if Benavidez is a real deal, he'll do a number on Anthony Yarde.
Yeah, I think
he really, really will.
I think he's going to be disciplined because obviously he'll be conscious of the power.
Yeah.
And that's why I said the 8th. But then I think once he turns it on, I think he's going to get him there fairly quickly. He'll want to make a statement, I think. And I think that is a statement. If you can get him done in about 8th, 9th by then, I think that's a statement.
Hey, look, and
if you get some before that, I think it's a proper statement.
There's two titles on the line here, the WBC, WBA.
Well, I think the WBA one is the second level one. So it's like the Super World is the main one. But the WBC is the world title. So it's a big thing. And then you're basically next in line to fight Bivol, isn't it? So it's a big challenge for that, whoever's going to be on the title. So there's a big fight after this. So yeah, I think it's a good incentive for both. So I think if it's like you said, basically, if Yarde's ever going to do it, you need to do it here. This is the one where you need to step up and get it done. I just think I think that 84 and 16%, I think that's about the chances. I think Yarde's chance is about 16%. I think Benavidez is 84 because he has more of all the bits and pieces. So yeah, in the comments, let us know, your thoughts about Simon's pick prediction for Yarde. What you think? Any Benavidez fans, any Yarde fans? What do you think is going to happen in this?
Oh, there's loads of Benavidez fans. They love him.
Yeah, that's well.
I don't rate him.
You hate in the comments.
So come on, make me like him.
So yeah, let us know your thoughts, and the usual like and subscribe as well. And we're gonna move on to the next fight on this.